Okay, we'll start.
Hello, sir. Good morning. Can I
Yeah,
Yeah, good. Yeah, yeah, yes, Srikanth. Okay. Yeah, yesterday we start here in item creation basically. So the issue is that I did not attach the correct inventory. So I attached this one master. So I changed it. So now I'm getting this one, the correct, the one which we created actually. I'll just first show this one item creation page, and I'll just show the item class where I made the changes. Okay, so this is the item class that we created. So the issue is that we did not attach this one. So at two levels. So one is at item class, and the another one is at this one, the data access for user. So I'll just show there. Yeah, this is the one that we created yesterday. Uh, so here under security, basically I did not assign this one. So instead of assigning inventory arc, so I assigned the other one which we created. That is INV org.
yeah, yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So after assigning it here, yeah, so maybe yeah, after assigning it here and giving the data access, so I'm getting there in the item creation screen. Okay.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. So we will start with creating an item. Yeah. So basically, this is the difference between RTOL environment and Fusion. So in RTOL, if you see, we can directly create the item, but here in Fusion application, we cannot create the item directly. So we will need this item class. If you see here, so this is marked as mandatory. So unless we have the item class in place, so we will not be able to create the item. So which means this becomes a template. So without this template, we will not be able to create the item. So that's the change between RTOL and Fusion. Okay. So I have taken the item class that we created, and so there are two options. So either I can create from the copy, the already existing one, or I can create the new one. So I'm just trying to create a new item. Okay. So I'll just give an item number.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, yes.
Sorry for the interruption, sir. Can you please increase the font size, sir? It is too small.
Uh, no, can you try this one full screen? So you're using in mobile or you're connected in laptop or something?
No, sir. I am using a laptop, but it is too small, sir.
Okay, can you try this option? You have this full screen.
Yes, sir. I have tried. If I tried
Mm.
also, it is too small, sir.
For me, for me, it is showing. I mean, good font and full screen. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe some
it will be
settings
good
and some.
actually.
Yeah, I think there will be some settings needs to be changed. I guess.
Yeah, usually it will be with full screen. You will have a clear this thing. Uh, so you're using full screen or you're using the normal mode or what are you doing, Srikant?
Full screen mode only I am using.
Mm, can you check your font size whether it is 100 or somewhere around below 100?
Sir, it is 110, sir.
Is this fine now?
Yes, sir. No.
Okay. Okay. I'm just creating an item saying raw material. Okay. So we have the item status and then we have the life cycle phase. So life cycle phase is something that whether we have this concept wherein we start with designing a new item and then we will have it approved and then we will move to the production and then we will make it active. So since this is raw material and this is an finished good, so we will not have the production design and these phases. So I'll make this active directly. And this one I can select finished good. Since we are not using a bill of material and the other things, so I'm just making this as finished good. So in case we are using bill of materials, probably at that time we will change these components. Okay. And then we have this one. So when we are seeing the item class, so we saw that we have an option to enable the approval mechanism. So we did not enable at this time. So if you see here, by default it will say the approval status is approved since we are not using the approval mechanism. So if we are using approval, then probably it will say that send for approval. So once that is approved, then this item will be active. Okay. Yeah, and these are the basic mandatory information that we will create. So I'm just selecting this as quantity. Okay. Yeah, and then we have a few information that we can fill in. So this we can override at item creation level. So there are few information that we gave at item class. So let's say for a specific item, I just want to override. So I can override here at item creation. So let's say I have given casting enabled at what do you call item class. So now I want to say no. So I can do that. So similarly, I can change the other options. Okay. So I'll just go to inventory. Okay. So inventory, I'll say yes. So I'll use these options. And lot control we did not enable. So lot control we will enable it when we create our second inventory. So basically we will see to create the basic addition of items, and then we will see transfer of items. So as part of it, we also will see the sub inventory transfer. Sorry, not sub inventory transfer, inventory transfer. So sub inventory transfer, anyway, we have two inventories created for one for this one. So transfer that can happen. So the other part is that inventory to inventory transfer. So for that we will create another inventory. So there we will enable the lock controls. Okay. So I enable these options so without lot control, and then in the purchasing. So purchasing also I will make these options available for purchase. Okay. So I have just given the mandatory information. Okay. And next step, if you see here, so we will have to assign the categories. So here we have something called catalog. So we will create it there, and then we will come back and assign it here. Okay. So now we have created an item. So with the standard categories, so that is the inventory items and these things. And now we can see that this item is active. Okay, so I'll just save and close this page, and we will create the categories and catalogs and these things. Okay, so this is where basically we will define catalog. So after defining the so basically what is catalog is that it is kind of an categorization wherein we will specify these items will fall under this categories, and group of categories we call it as an catalog. Okay. So in this particular page, what we will do is that we will create an category called the custom one that we will create only for specific to malicious setups that we are trying to do. Okay. So under this, we will create two to three categories, and we will attach that one particular category to the item that we created. Okay. So these are the catalogs that we created earlier. So now I'm creating a new catalog. Okay. Okay. So here we have two options. So either we can handle it at master level, or probably if you want to set up this catalog at organization level, so that is also possible. So we saw that master could be at organization level, or it could be a global, wherein we can create one particular master and we can attach it to all the inventory org also. So that is also possible. So in this case, as a standard, we will have a master. So I'm just selecting the same option. Okay, so I'll just change the effective date. Yeah, and then here if you see, so we have an option to allow the multiple category assignments also. So I'll just enable this as well. Okay. So now if we say save and continue, so here we can create our categories. So this is our catalog, and under catalog we are creating the categories. Okay, so I'll just create two to three categories. So one is that I'm creating in the name of what do you call the raw material, and probably I'll click the catalog and I'll create another category also. So here if I want to create category under category also possible, I can create that. So I will have to click the raw material, and under raw material I can create another category also. Okay, so we have created the catalog and category. So now if you see here, so if I want to add any item under this particular category, so that I can add it here. So if I want to add the item that we created, so the item number that we created is 56452. So I'll just take this item and attach it here. Okay. So now this item will have categorization as raw material. Okay. So now if I attach another item under other, so this is not restricted to one or two. So we don't have any restriction here. We can add any number of items under this particular category. Okay. And yeah, that's about it. And this is just kind of an information wherein it will say that this is the category that is attached to it. Okay, so this is done. So I'll just show in the item screen. Okay, so here we can see that it is applied with Mauritius catalog that we created now, and we can see that it is controlled at master level. Okay, Yeah, so we are done with creating the items. So what we will do is that we will try to do an addition. That is, we will try to add a few quantities to this particular sub inventory, and we will try to do a few transactions. Okay. So to do inventory related transactions, so basically I will need a few roles to it. So the roles are that I need the warehouse manager and the other things. So I'll just show what are the roles that I have attached to this particular user. Okay. So I have attached basically three roles. So first role, if you see, it is yeah. So first role, it is inventory manager. And then I have attached the supply chain application administrator, and also I have attached the warehouse manager. Okay. So in order to work on this inventory thing, so basically this warehouse manager should be sufficient. But for this thing, I have attached the supply chain administrator as well. Okay. Yeah. So we have attached the role to the user. So now we should see this tab called supply chain execution. Yeah, it is here. Yeah, so we will click the inventory management, and under inventory management, basically we have four options. So this is the dashboard that we can see. So it will say the latest information, the priority items. Okay. And then here, if you see under show task, we have four items basically. So we have the inventory, and then we have count. So count is nothing but cycle count and the other process, this minimats and other planning things. So that we will see it after this. And then we have the shipments, and then we have the picks and the receipts. So shipment is something that we will basically plan for our shipments and the peak release. So for the sales and the other things. Okay. And then we have the receipts. So receipt is nothing but after we receive the, I mean, we make the purchase order. Basically, we will plan for our receipt. So that is what it is. And also we have this one, ASN. So advance shipment notice. So advance shipment notice where we will use is that where we have kind of an back-to-back order. So what is back-to-back order is that without inventory. So to reduce the inventory cost, so what we will do is that we will manufacture the item and directly we will ship it to the customer location. So in between whatever storage it is being done, it is being carried out by the third party warehouse. Okay. So that process we call it as back-to-back order, and we are just creating the advance shipment notice wherein we have initiated the shipment, and this shipment is expected to be received on so and so date. So that is the objective behind ASN, advance shipment notice. Okay. And other things we know, the receipt creation. After creating the purchase order, we will create the receipts. Okay. So these are the options that we have under this particular inventory management. So to start with, what we will do is that we will see the inventory first, and then probably we will see the other items. Okay. So now to start with, if I want to understand the on-hand quantity, so how I will check in the system is that I'll click manage item quantities. Okay. So under this, I'll give the item that I created. This is issue with again the organization access. So I'm just referring to the different organization. So that is the issue. Yeah. So we have the item now. So now if we see, so we will not have any on-hand quantity to be displayed because we did not add anything. So there are two to three ways that we can add items in Fusion. The first is that our regular or the traditional way of adding the items through our purchase order, wherein we will add the receipt and the other part. So that way we can add the items into our inventory. So this is traditional route. And also part of it, we also have an option to add it through miscellaneous receipt. So miscellaneous receipt is not a regular practice, but for an adjustment or the other cases, the emergency cases, so we will use the miscellaneous receipt. Okay, so which means without receipt number, we are creating the items. It could be 100 or 1000 quantities. So on an emergency case, we will create that way. Okay, so these are the two traditional ways that we will create. And apart from that, we also have the FBDA template, wherein we have the template to upload the items for mass upload and the other things. Okay, so this we will use as a part of data migration. So when we are migrating the data, so we will use the FBDI template. So once we are done with these cycles, so we will see the FBDI template also, how to upload the items into the system as part of the migration process. Okay. Yeah. So now what I will do is that I'll try to add a few items through miscellaneous receipt. Yeah. So this is the option, create miscellaneous transaction. Okay. So under miscellaneous transaction, we have some other transaction as well. So such as that if you want to add the manufacturing receipt or I want to add the miscellaneous issue. So issue is that when I want to make the sales or this thing, which means I want to reduce the inventory count. So that is when I will use the issue. So for now, I just wanted to add few items. So what I will do is that I will say this is a miscellaneous receipt. Okay. And then we have the cost. So cost we are using from the item. So I'll just use the as it is. The item cost, whatever we have given. So I'm using that one. Okay. And source, if we want to give, we can give, but this is optional. We don't want to give it as a mandatory one. So if at all we have the information to be captured, so we can capture. Okay. And then we have the account. So account I'm not giving at header level. So instead I'll give the transaction line level because I don't want to give the one account for all the transaction. So I'll just add an item here. Okay. So we have added the item and now we have the sub inventory. So I'll just add into sub inventory one and here the unit of measure has auto populated based on the setup that we did for item creation. So in the item we attached BHs, that is bots, and let's add a few quantities. Yeah, so here again at item level, I mean transaction level, I'm just picking this current item cost. Okay, and then I'm giving the account code combination, that is material account. Okay, so I have given the account. Okay. So similarly, if I want to add for other items also, I can add. Okay. So here we can see the quantity available. Okay, so that is 0. So what I will do is that I will do submit and then we will query this item. Yeah, so now if we see, we have unknown quantities, that is one doublet, triplet. Okay, so we can see that it is unknown, but the receiving is 0 and inbound is also 0. So inbound where we will use is it, so there will be a few cases wherein client might use different systems for inventory or the SEM process. So there might be process where the item will be created in different systems. So this system is located in warehouse. So this particular system is connected with Oracle Fusion. So in this case, what will happen is that we will have the inbound or we will receive the data from the third party application or the inventory management tool. We will receive the item. So for those part, we will categorize as inbound. Inbound or outbound is something that we are giving the data. Okay. So yeah, so for now we have created the item. So we have unknown quantity with us. Okay. And yeah, so the next thing that we will see is that we will try to do the transfers. So I'll do the first we will do the sub inventory transfer, and after this, what we will do is that we will add this one. Lot control at inventory and then we will do the inventory transfers. Okay. Okay, so I'll try to do transfer between let's say SBU and SBU1. Okay, so here let's say I send transfer to 34 items, I mean quantity. And if I want to give a reason, so I can give the reason. So this is optional, so I'm just leaving as it is. Okay. So now we can see the available item under this particular sub inventory, that is SPU, and I'm transferring 234 items from this particular SPU to SBU1. Okay. So this should reduce the quantity from this particular SPU and add it to SPU1. So I'll just say submit and we can query in the sub inventory. Okay. So I'll just extend this. Yeah. So now we can see sub inventory. I mean SPU had one double eight triple eight, but whereas 234 has detected, and now we have balance at 654, and under SPU one we have 234. Okay. So that's about the sub inventory transfer. Okay. So now we will create another inventory organization with lot control and then we will try to do the intra-organization transfer, which means inventory to inventory transfer. Okay, so I'll navigate back to the setup and maintenance, and I'll create one inventory organization. Okay, so under same operating unit, I'm creating two inventory organizations.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, yes.
Hello.
Yeah, yes, Srikanth, tell me. Hello. Okay. Yeah, so we have given the basic information, and I have attached this particular business unit. So I'm using the same business unit for both the both the inventory organization. Okay. So I'll just add this. So I'm not creating new schedule. So whatever schedule that we created for earlier inventory organization, so I'm just picking that one. So I'm not making any changes to it. Okay. So basically, I'm giving a few controls for lot number generation. Okay. So I'm just saying the unique across the items, and generation level, I have set it up at item level. So also if I want to give the at organization level, so that is also possible. So I can give. So let's say I have a custom requirement wherein a customer has the predefined sequence or the are the numbering systems. So at that case, we will say user defined, and probably we can say our own prefers and these details. Okay. So for now, I'm just giving this, and also I will enable the serial number. So I have taken this as well. So this I have set it up at organization level. So with starting the serial number 01. Okay. Yeah. So these are optional. So similarly, I'm not touching this one. So I'll just say next, and I'll complete this setup. Okay, so now what I will do is that I'll give access to this particular inventory organization. Okay, so I'll do the roles assignment. Okay, let me create an item in the sub inventory. I mean, in the inventory too. Okay, I did not give access. So I'll give access at item class, and then probably I can create the item. Okay, so I'm just following the same setup. So I'm giving the person name, and I'm just giving the organization access that is we created for inventory organization too. So I'll just select this one. So similar to last setup, so I'm not restricting anything. So I'm just giving full access to this user. Okay, so here I have enabled lot control. So I have said that this is full lot control, and I have given the prefix. So the prefix I have given it as MAUR. That is, I'm just giving Mauritius as this one, and the starting number would be 1. So I'm starting the sequence from this one. Okay, and then if we want to give the shelf life and the days that we can have, so that we can give it here. Okay, okay. So if I want to give the expiration date, so I can give. So I'm not giving these options now. So this is normal one that we will have the maintenance and the other things. So these are related to that. So shelf life and the other things like the perishable goods, like if we have it in the supermarket and these things, so we will have certain life for all the items, whatever we have. So even for the raw materials. Okay. So for those, we will give the shelf life. Okay. So this is just for the information and these things. So I'm giving the lot control. So that is with this sequence. Okay. And now if I want to enable the child lot, so that is also possible. So I can give a child lot number. So this is nothing but under the parent. So we will have certain controls at the child level also. So that's the thing. Okay. Yeah. So what I will do is that I'll create this one with this lot control. Okay, and then we have something called locator. Okay, so if I want to restrict the locator, so I can enable this option called restrict sub inventory by locator. So we will also create a few sub inventory under this particular inventory, and we will also create the locator controls there. Okay, so we have enabled lot and locators for the inventory. So I'll just give the mandatory information for purchasing, and I'll give the for sales management, and then probably we can create the sub inventory, and then we will create the this one items. Okay, so since we have added control, so we are seeing the item class. So that is, I'm creating one item class for both the inventory organizations. So I'll just create one item under this. Okay, so specifications, I'm using the same things. Okay, the parameters as well. So I'll just use the standard default one that is been given. Okay, so I'll just give the lot controls here as well. So this applies for both the levels. Okay. So similarly, I'm not giving this one. So I'm just giving only the locator. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So next is on the purchasing part. So I'll just give the purchasable thing, and then I'll give the item pricing as well here. Okay. And similarly, I'll give for sales as well. Okay, so catalog I will attach the same thing. So which we used for this one, the earlier item. That is Mauritius catalog. Okay, and then I will add the association. Yeah, it is there. Yeah, fine. Yeah, so item is created. Okay, so I'll just add two sub inventories for this one, the newly created inventory organization. Sorry, network issue. So
Yes, Arun, I think Srikanth got,
okay,
disconnected.
okay. Okay. Anyway, we have a recorded session, so probably if anything is there, we can get next class. So we'll start. Okay. So we created the supplementaries as well for this unit.
Mm.
So we will add a few quantities to this. I'll just go to the inventory and add few items. Uh, okay, sub inventory did not save, I think. Let me create it. Okay, so I have just created with the standard this thing. So I have attached it to the inventory, and then what I will do is that I will create the locators as well. Okay, I did not enable locator control.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll do one thing. Can we connect tomorrow because I have call also by 9.
Yeah, yeah, sure,
Uh,
sure, sure, Arun. Okay, no problem. We can connect tomorrow as usual from I think 7:30 to 9. So we'll see. I mean,
yeah,
let's take it.
so evening we will try to connect. Probably we'll connect for 1 hour. We will
Yeah, yeah.
connect. Maybe
Thank you.
I'll ping you if you are
Okay, okay.
free. Probably we can connect.
Yeah, yeah. I think today evening I'm okay. I guess. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, then we'll connect. Yeah,
Fine, fine. Thank you. Thank you.
yeah.
Okay. Have a
Thanks.
good day. Bye. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Thanks.